It's hard to believe we've got to the end of 22 already, and it's been a pretty incredible year. So I just wanted to finish the year off by taking you on a little quick tour of the factory, answering some of the questions that you've always wanted answered, and showing you some of the highlights of a pretty incredible year. So here we are up in our Veneer area, and behind us here we have over 30 species and over 1,000 pieces of veneer. Taking it down here, this is where we cut all our carbon fibre. And we've been doing some stats on this, and we worked out that in the past year we used enough carbon fibre to cover an entire football field. Pretty impressive. Here we are in the moulding department, and this is the area where over 1,000 guitars were brought to life this current year, and that's a record for us. So here we are in the prep area, and this is where all the fretting is done, the necks are prepared, and all the sanding is done. So behind us we have Miro. He's the guy who prepares all the fretboards, does all the fretting, and we worked out this year that we actually used over 1 mile of fret wire. Now, if we go over this side, this is where we do all our prep work, and this is where we do all our sanding, and we calculated out over 10,000 sheets of sandpaper used in the past year. Pretty impressive. It's a lot of sanding. So here we are in our paint spray booths, and this is where Carl puts all the final coats of paint on our guitars, takes it from that raw finish to making something really spectacular and beautiful. We actually calculated out that we used enough paint this past year to be able to coat an entire jumbo jet. That's a lot of paint. So here we are in the polishing room, and this is where the surface gets its final polish and really brings out that amazing shine. And we actually worked out that in the past year our polishing machines have done 27 million revolutions. That's a lot of spinning. So after polishing, the guitars all go to setup, and our new setup area isn't quite finished. We're still working in the old area, but this is where we will have all our setup benches. And it's taken a bit longer than planned to get this all finished, but it's going to be a beautiful area. We're going to have about 12 benches up in here, and this is where all the final strings and everything go on. And interesting fact, we just calculated that in the past year we used enough guitar strings to stretch from the bottom to the very top of Mount Everest. So here we are at the Plak machine, and this is a machine that scans the fretboard, scans the frets, machines the frets to really high precise tolerance, and that's where we get to give every guitar absolute perfect setup. It's also the machine that is able to annoy absolutely everybody in the building with its annoying high-pitched sound. Here we are in the offices, and this is where we answer all your questions, answer all the emails, and where we handle all the day-to-day running of Emerald guitars. And we calculated that over the past year, about 7,000 mugs of coffee have kept this whole office running, obviously out of Emerald mugs. When every guitar is completed, it comes in here into the media room, and this is where we photograph every guitar, do our little videos, and we worked out that in the past year, we actually created 6,000 finished images and over 40 hours of video footage. That's a lot of video. Every guitar comes in here to our shipping room area, and you'll probably have seen me in this quite a lot where I do my shipping videos. Then they come out here to Stephen. Stephen does the final quality check, puts them in a box, gets them ready to go, and we ship them to you all around the world. We worked out actually in the past year, all our guitars covered enough shipping distance to go to the moon and back 8 times. So that's it for us for 2022. Thanks for making it such an incredible year, and we'll see you all again next year. Happy New Year.
the inspiration kind of builds up as we work. And particularly in the first 15 or 20 minutes, if they're new people, you really want to do something that excites them. You want to make the first 15 minutes really good, so then everybody relaxes and you can just kind of take it from there.
The only thing that's ever going to give you that feeling of fulfillment is when you are expressing your true creative nature. So that's the pursuit of inspiration is based on your ability to recognize it when it comes, to recognize your authentic, for you, inspiration.